which is worse? Opposing views, laying it on the line. Who is right? Who is wrong? Do we really care? King and queen of the horror throne. Only one wears the crown. Who will bow down at the altar of royalty? The savage debate begins now. What is your final answer?
They're all messed up.
Hey, gang. Hey, the poet, and welcome to a very delayed episode of They're All Messed Up. Here in a little bit, I'm going to be talking about the films Mary, Mary, Bloody Mary and Strip Nude for Your Killer, starring, in many men's opinions, a very luscious Edwidge Fenech. And I don't care about any of that, but I am going to be talking about the kills in each one of these films coming up here in a few minutes. But I want to get some housekeeping stuff out of the way. Hey, Tom. I want to get some housekeeping stuff out of the way before we get to the movies and the kills in each one of those. Once again, I have quite a bit of programming up on the channel. For those of you that were not able to watch these live, I have Evil Dead Chick Slasher Fest for New Year's Evil, a new edition of My Path to Becoming a Positive Renegade, Chapter 3, Forgiveness is Key, Celluloid Trash, talking about the video Dead and Attack of the Beast Creatures, the all-new Horror Mania, the first episode, covering horror films from 1896 to 1899, the very delayed Insomnia Cure for the years 1982 to 1983. And we've also got some videos up on there. We have a new episode 8 of We Watch Movies. Me and Steve's first episode of We Watch Movies for the new year. I've got a Pick Your Poison taste test for Stranger Things Gatorade Upside Down Citrus Cooler. I've got my final thoughts on Stranger Things since that series wrapped up recently. And I've got a movie munchies for Billy's Black Christmas Cookies. And lots more on the channel. So hopefully if you didn't get to be on live or haven't gotten to watch some of these videos yet, you'll be able to watch those soon and enjoy them. And now, without further ado, we'll just go ahead and get to the excuse me, the two movies tonight. I had never seen Mary Mary Bloody Mary, which is apparently it's a Spanish slasher film from 1975, directed by Juan Lopez Moctezuma. And I may be mispronouncing that all over the place, but I tried. Um, so we have what appears to be a woman who, I don't know if she's trying to stay young by doing this. She has a craving to do this. I was never really sure what made her kill people or mostly men, killing men and draining them of all blood. Right. But she's an artist too. And she meets a guy that it appears she falls in love with him, but towards the end of the film, she gets, a craving for the blood. She needs the blood, and she tries to talk him into staying at her house and her going out and, I guess finding a stray man somewhere because she didn't really want to kill him. You haven't seen it, Tom? Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really heard of this movie. I think it's also known merely as Bloody Mary as well. But there's a little twist in that we have what appears to be a man also running around at the same time that Mary is killing these men. She does kill one woman, but mostly it's men. But this appears to be a man dressed like he's right out of a Jallo film because he has a mask on, a long black coat, and all this stuff, and he's slashing people too. So essentially, we've got two killers in this movie. And I don't want to give it all away, all the twists and turns, in case there are those of you that haven't seen it that might want to check it out. It when I looked it up on Internet Movie Database, it told me it was on Tubi. I couldn't find it on Tubi under that title, so I turned to YouTube, and you can watch it on YouTube. A pretty, decent copy for a film from 1975 is on YouTube. I think there are at least two copies on YouTube. So if you want to check it out for free, you can do that on YouTube. So there are a total of 10 deaths in this, mostly stabbings and throat slits, and then people are drained of their blood. So we have a man who it appears his throat is slit and he's drained of all blood. We've got a man stabbed to death. We got a man repeatedly stabbed in the stomach. We've got a woman who has their throat slit. Another woman is stabbed to death. Another man stabbed to death. Another man stabbed in the stomach. Another man stabbed to death. A man shot. And then one last man stabbed in the stomach. Okay. I liked the film pretty well. It wasn't a very long film. I think it was like an hour and 22 minutes long. Didn't have any extremely slow parts in it. And John Carradine is in this. I don't want to say he was slumming or whatever, but he was in this movie, this apparently little known movie. And it has some moody 70s type music and some very interesting artwork. That was not done by the actress that played Mary in the film. They actually had another person that did these paintings, but they were very unusual and bizarre. And I'd love to hear, your guys and gals' thoughts on it if you do take a gander at it. But if I was gonna, I'll go ahead and give it a rating. I would give this one 4 deadites out of 5. I mean, it had a couple of flaws in it. So it wasn't 5 deadites out of 5 level, but I think it was a pretty strong 4 deadites out of 5, in my opinion. Yeah, you're right, Tom. More and more interesting horror movies are getting uploaded on YouTube all the time. So the second film, oh, and I've neglected to show you guys and gals the poster for it. This isn't the original poster for it, but it was probably one of the secondary posters. But I like this one better than the other one. It says, "She's a beauty, she's a beast, she's Bloody Mary, 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 Bloody Mary." Um, I just like that one, so I thought y'all would like to see that. So many you've never heard of. Yes, I mean, just tons and tons. So the second one, don't look at that too closely, folks. I don't want to get in trouble with the gods of YouTube. Okay, this is Strip Nude for Your Killer. This is Steve's copy from Arrow Video, and yeah, this was not my favorite of the two. And it had been a while since I'd watched. I mean, I think I watched it last with Steve. And when I was living with my parents, I didn't have as many bills to pay, as many things to be responsible for. So I bought a lot of movies back in the day. And Strip Nude for Your Killer was one I bought on DVD, but I was too lazy to go dig my DVD out. So I rewatched this, minus all the nude shots and stuff like that. I wasn't really interested in that. But Strip Nude for Your Killer starts out with a woman. Apparently, she doesn't look pregnant at all, which is probably why they are doing the little surgery to get rid of the baby, because it was early on. Apparently, she has a heart attack while she's out, and she's a model too. So the doctor ends up calling a photographer for this modeling agency and says, we got to get her loaded in the car. We got to take her back to her place, put her in the bathtub. And when the cops or whoever finds her, they'll think she just died of natural causes. But apparently somebody knows what has happened and that they're trying to cover this up. And so members of the modeling agency start getting killed off by somebody dressed all in black with a motorcycle helmet on. And I don't want to tell you who the killer is, because you might want to watch this. This is definitely one that I would consider a giallo. A lot of stabbings and stuff like that happens as it does in many giallos. And like I said, you guys out there that are big fans of Edwidge Fenech and other beautiful women, you get to see plenty of the female flesh from Miss Fenech, as well as some of the other actresses in the film. So we have a total. And this came out in 1975 as well, and directed by Andrea Bianchi. And we have a total of 8 deaths in this one. We got a man stabbed to death and his throat slit. Another man stabbed to death. A woman stabbed in the stomach. Another man stabbed to death. This is an interesting one. Hey, kids. This is a kind of interesting and bizarre one. A woman's ears are sliced off. Both her ears are sliced off, and she's stabbed. Another man stabbed to death and throat slit. Another woman stabbed in the stomach. And then a woman pushed down the steps. And I guess internal injuries gets her. So, I would give this one, and it's mainly for the kills in it, because like I said, I'm not interested in looking at naked females all over the place, but some of you might. even some of you females might. So I'm going to give this one 3 to 3.5 deadites out of 5. It wasn't horrible, but the poet's asking if anyone has seen the 2 films I'm talking about tonight. Now, I know Steve has, I know he's not in here, but he's seen Strip Nude for Your Killer several times because he's naturally he's a fan of the female flesh, and he's a huge fan of Edwidge Fenech, although he likes her with longer hair and she has short hair in this one. But I'm not sure if you can watch Strip Nude for Your Killer for free anywhere. I would search the usual suspects like YouTube and Tubi and Fossum and all of those things. But Mary, Mary, Bloody Mary, like I said, there are at least 2 copies on YouTube where you can watch that film for free. Yes, Tom, so many 1970s horror movies. It's incredible. Yes, exactly. Exactly. But and 80s, yes, as well. But I wanted to thank the poet and Tom and Kits for the poet. You say Strip Nude for Your Killer was on YouTube, and it might be taken down. Yeah, it's kind of a toss up. Of how long these things are going to stay on YouTube. Some of the stuff stays on there for freaking ever, and other stuff gets taken right down. Yes, Kits, I agree. 70s and 80s are so good for horror. That was, to me, that was the prime decades, the 70s and the 80s for horror, especially slashers, which is usually what I talk about on They're All Messed Up. But I guess that's it for me for tonight. Like I say, these shows or these little streams, I don't intend them to be very long because, sometimes there's only so much you can talk about when you're talking about kills in movies or whatever. And I don't want to, over talk and bore everybody. Oh, thank you, Tom. Tom says Tana did a fantastic watch along for Videodrome. I did do a watch along for Videodrome, and you can, catch that on the replay if you didn't get to be there live to see it, or if you want to rewatch it. If you got to be here live or you watched it on the replay after it happened, you really enjoyed that watch along. Well, I appreciate that, Tom, and I'm glad that you liked it. Yeah, kids, you say I do the same with my streams, only talk until it's done. Sometimes, like you say, there's nothing else to say. I will watch your replay. I do enjoy your live streams. Thank you, kids. I appreciate that a whole lot. But I'm going to go ahead and tie everything up and get on out of here for the night. But you never know. I might do something tomorrow. I don't have anything planned right now, but you know me, I could pop on here and do something. But as always, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do before I get off of here for the night, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday night, folks. And I'll see everybody next time.